Hi class, Miss Womack here, and this video is focused on converting from degree to radian and then back from radian to degree. So what exactly is a radian? Well, it's kind of a measurement of pi. So we'll talk about that first. So we've already been studying how to draw the initial side or side of an angle and then the terminal side of an angle and all of these measures so far that we've estimated. And, oh, here's that fun little directional arrow we have to add now that we're doing positive and negative, right? Ooh, because that could have been a positive, but it could have also been a negative angle, right? So we're now going to introduce this idea. These can actually be expressed in terms of pi. Those are radians. So we need to start with some sort of bearing on this one. And that is, let's actually define these cardinal positions, the 90 degrees, the 180, the 270, and then we'll actually develop a formula. And I'm going to go to a sweet spot right here, 180 degrees, to develop this formula, because that's all we're really going to need. So let's look at it again. If this is 0 pi right over here, then all we really need to know is actually what's going to happen over here. How many pi's that's going to be, and then that could actually be our unit or our unit rate that we're going to use to determine all others. So let's take a look at it. It's actually going to be equal to just a single pi. Not too bad, huh? So let's actually define the other cardinal positions here, and we'll do a little bit of know-how. So I want you to think about it this way. If this is like a full pi right over here, like I just expressed, then this little place is halfway, so that should be how many pi's? Well, half of them. It'll be pi halves. And now that we see that we're moving in halves, this is a half, that's 1 half. This is a half, that's 2 halves. This is a half, that's how many pi's? Well, that's right, it's 3 pi halves, not 3 pi fourths. Now, that would mean if you do a full 360 and make it all the way back around, that is actually going to be equal to 2 pi. And it kind of makes sense if you think about it. If you come all the way from here to here and that's pi, then here's another one right over there. So we'll get that as our bearings. Now that we know that 180 degrees is equal to pi, we can actually do simple math to find everything out. Take a look at this. So let's just simply prove this one. If we want to convert 180 degrees into pi, then we would simply actually just multiply times pi over 180 degrees. This is like 180 over 1. These two cancel out, and it actually will equal pi. So we'll take this unit, pi over 180, and solve everything. It'll totally work. Watch this. So our 90-degree angle that we just saw was pi halves. 90 times pi over 180 actually does convert into what? Pi halves. Put that in your calculator to check it out. And also the 3 pi halves that we just talked about, well, let's give it a whirl. That was a 270-degree angle, right? So let's do a little multiplication. Times pi over 180 degrees, and this will actually simplify. Put it in your calculator, check it out. It will end up being 3 pi halves. So this opens up a world of problems that you can solve. And again, this is going from degree to radian. So how do we get back? I wonder. We've got to do something like the inverse of what we just did, right? So let's move back the other direction. If we multiplied by pi over 180 to get here, then what we're going to do is just simply flip it. So here we go again. We'll take that 3 pi halves, and this time we're actually going to go from the 3 pi halves and get it back over to that 270-degree angle. Now watch it happen. Here it goes. Instead of multiplying by pi over 180, you're going to multiply by 180 over pi. Pretty sweet, huh? This way, the pi's are going to cancel out or cross out, and then 3 times 180 divided by 2 will actually be 270 degrees. Works like a charm. Again, so this time we're actually going from radian to degree. So, way to remember it, here's pi over 180 is we're going from degree to radian. And from radian to degree, the pi is going to actually be on the bottom because those have to cancel out. So it's going to be 180 over pi. Good luck.